students, welcome to All Fours. This is session 8. In the previous session, we was learned that what is the relation between Raoult's law and Dalton's law, and similarly classification of ideal, non-ideal solutions. In non-ideal solutions, which solution shows positive deviation and which solution shows negative deviation. Now, in this session, we are going to learn few numericals based on Raoult's law. I am going to explain different models of problems. Listen carefully. Have a look here. First problem. Vapor pressure of mixture of benzene and toluene. Vapor pressure of mixture of benzene and toluene at 50 degrees Celsius are given by expression Pt is equal to 179 into Xb plus 92, where Xb is mole fraction of benzene. Then what is the vapor pressure of pure liquids? This is the question. Actually, if we provide P naught A and P naught B, if we assume that liquid benzene is B and toluene is A, if you provided P naught A and P naught B, then we know that how to calculate total vapor pressure of the solution by using the formula Pt is equal to P naught A XA plus P naught B XB, right? But here he did not provide such information, and instead of that he used to ask to find out that P naught A and P naught B. That means P naught means pure liquid vapor pressures we need to find out. Then for that we have to use this expression, and here P naught A XA plus P naught B XB. Suppose here B is benzene, A is toluene, let us assume. And in the expression Xb is there, means mole fraction of benzene is there. So mole fraction of benzene is there, but mole fraction of toluene is not there. That means how we modify here is P naught A of 1 minus Xb plus P naught B Xb. Then what we are getting? P naught A minus P naught B Xb plus P naught B, P naught A Xb plus P naught B Xb. That means P naught A, here Xb is common, plus Xb of P naught B minus P naught A. Now if you correlate, you can find out that P naught A is 92 and P naught B minus P naught A is 179, right? So P naught A is nothing but toluene. Therefore, we can write P naught of toluene is 92. And here P naught B minus P naught A means 92 is equal to 179. P naught B minus 92 is equal to 179. So P naught B means P naught of benzene is equal to 179 plus 92. Here 181 plus 90 means 271. This is the answers vapor pressure of pure liquids. Instead of solving like this, we can solve the same problem in another way. Like we asked, pure liquid vapor pressure how much? So Xb is equal to 1. If pure benzene, in case of pure benzene, Xb is equal to 1, then P total, if you substitute that expression there, P total is equal to 179 into 1 plus 92. So we are getting 179 plus 92, it is 271. That only we got. And similarly, for pure toluene, Xb is nothing but 1 minus Xa. You can, if you know this one, you can substitute and you can get second one answer also. This is a way of solving problem. Students, let us see second question. Two liquids A and B form an ideal solution at 300 Kelvin. A and B are two liquids. So this one is liquid A and liquid B. Forms ideal solution at 300 Kelvin. The vapor pressure of solution containing 1 mole of A and 3 mole of B is 550 mm of Hg. So number of moles of A is 1. Number of moles of B is 3. Here, by mixing these two, 1:3 ratio, you are getting 550 mm of Hg. At same temperature, if one more mole of B is added to this solution, the same solution, one more mole of B added. Here, then the vapor pressure of the solution is increased by 10 mm. Increased by 10 mm. That means earlier it was 550 mm of Hg. Because of the addition of one more mole of B, its vapor pressure will becomes 560. 560. Then determine the vapor pressure of A and B in their pure states. So number of moles of A, number of moles of B given 1 and 3. Then total number of moles. Total number of moles 1 plus 3 is equal to 4. That means here mole fraction of A is equal to number of moles of A upon total number of moles. Here mole fraction of B is equal to number of moles of B3 upon total number of moles. So in first case, total pressure P total is equal to P naught A XA plus P naught A XA plus P naught B XB. Here P naught A, P naught B, we don't know that. So XA is 1 by 4 and XB is 3 by 4. P total given as 550. Then we can write 550 is equal to P naught A into, here it is 1 by 4 plus P naught B into 3 by 4. Furthermore, we have P naught A plus P naught B is equal to, if 4 it comes here, 2200. Let us say this is equation 1. So what happened here? First we are going to mix two liquids A and B in 1 mole and 3 mole. Then we notice that vapor pressure of the solution is 550. Then we got one equation when we substituted. Now what is said? 1 more mole of B added. So already total number of moles here 4. And when we are adding 1 more mole, then this total number of moles will becomes 5. And what about number of moles of A? It still remains 1. That means XA is equal to 1 by 5. Because of mole fraction of A is nothing but number of moles of A upon total number of moles. So after adding 1 more mole, earlier 4 moles are there. Now after adding 1 more mole, total number of mole will becomes 5 and mole fraction of A will becomes 1 by 5. Similarly, mole fraction of B is nothing but number of moles of B. Earlier it was 3 mole. Now we are adding 1 more mole, means total number of moles 4. Here B total number of moles of B is 4 and 4 by total number of moles of A and B. 1 plus 4, 5. So XA is equal to 1 by 5. XB is equal to 4 by 5. P naught A, P naught B values are constant. In such a case, vapor pressure of solution is increased by 10 mm of Hg. So vapor pressure of solution, earlier it was 550, now it was increased by 10 mm means it becomes 560 is equal to, so total vapor pressure of the solution increased by 10 mm means 550 becomes to 560 is equal to P naught A into mole fraction of A is 1 by 5 and P naught B, here we don't know, and mole fraction of B is 4 by 5. That means this one we can write as P naught A plus 4 P naught B is equal to 5 into 560. That means it is 2800. So we are having two equations. P naught A plus P naught B is equal to 2200. P naught A plus P naught B is equal to, P naught A plus 3 P naught B is equal to 3 P naught B is equal to 2200 and P naught A plus here 4 P naught B is equal to 2800. If you subtract first equation from second one, PA minus P naught A minus P naught A getting cancelled. 4 P naught B minus 3 P naught B means we are getting P naught B is equal to 600. If you substitute this P naught B value 3 into 600 means 1800, then P naught A we are getting 400. So these are the vapor pressures of pure solution, pure liquids. Students, let us see another problem. A mixture contains 1 mole of volatile liquid A. Its vapor pressure P0 A is equal to 100 mm of Hg, and 3 moles of volatile liquid B, P0 B, 80 mm of Hg. If the solution behaves ideally, then the total vapor pressure of distillate is. In general, we are going to read the question until ideally the total vapor pressure is, I know that. Then what we are going to do? Pt is equal to P0 A XA plus P0 B XB. Then P total is equal to here given 1 mole of A and 3 mole of B. So it is very clear, total number of moles 4. Mole fraction of A is 1 by 4. So P0 A provided 100. 100 into XA value 1 by 4, number of moles of A by total number of moles. Number of moles of A 1, total number of moles 1 plus 3 4 plus P0 B value given as 80 into number of moles B, total number of moles 4. So number of moles of B 3 by total number of moles 4. Then how much it is? 20 times, and this is 25. So 25 plus 60, 85 mm of Hg. So whenever we solve like this, immediately we are going to put take here 85 mm of Hg is there. But this answer is wrong. Here, he did not ask that total vapor pressure of solution. But instead of that, what he asked? Total vapor pressure of distillate. Means we need to calculate distillate vapor pressure. So distillate vapor pressure, how do we calculate? How can we calculate distillate vapor pressure? Pt is equal to P0 A YA. Distillation means those which exerts pressure by vapor molecules. So not liquid molecules here. Here P0 A YA plus P0 B YB, where YA and YB are mole fraction of liquid, mole fraction of A and B in vapor state. Mole fraction of A and B in vapor state. But in the problem, he did not provide any mole fraction in vapor state. He used to give only mole fraction, number of moles in liquid state. And from this information, we can calculate mole fraction of A and B in vapor state. That means we can calculate YA. So how can we calculate YA, sir? As we know that PA is equal to P total into YA, right? As per Dalton's law, partial pressure of A in vapor state is equal to, in vapor state, mole fraction into total pressure, and from this one YA is equal to PA by P total, and from Raoult's law, PA is equal to P0 A XA. That means this one also we can write as P0 A XA by P total. I am repeating. Here used to ask distillate vapor pressure but not solution vapor pressure. So distillate vapor pressure means P total is equal to P0 A into YA plus P0 B into YB. This one we used to calculate, but not like this one. Okay, this one is vapor pressure of solution, right? Now distillate, we need to calculate this one. If you want to calculate distillate vapor pressure, first of all you should know YA and YB. So YA and YB not provided in the problem, but you can calculate by using this 1 mole of liquid A and 3 mole of liquid B. So, and PA is equal to PT into YA from Dalton's law, and from that YA is equal to PA by PT, and then we are going to apply Raoult's law as PA is equal to P0 A into XA. So P0 A into XA by P total. Now you are going to get PA is equal to, here P0 A we know that how much it is given as 100. XA, mole fraction of A, how much? 1 by 4 by P total how much? 85. So upon cancellation we are getting YA is equal to 25 by 85. We are getting YA is equal to 25 by 85. Then here it is 5 fives and it is 17 fives. So we got YA value as 5 by 17. So YB is equal to 1 minus YA because it is a binary solution. Only two components are there. Total mole fraction of all components must and should be equals to 1. So YA plus YB also equals to 1. From that YB is equal to 1 minus YA. So here 1 minus YA is 5 by 17. That means 17 minus 5, 12 by 17. So we got here YA and YB. Both values we got. Now I think we can substitute in this one. Then total pressure of distillate is equal to P naught A is 100. Here provided P naught A is 100 into YA value is 5 by 17 plus and P naught B is 80 into YB value is 12 by 17. So it is 500 by 17, 500 by 17 plus 8 12 are 96, 960 by 17. It is equal to 1460 by 17. So this is the total vapor pressure of distillate. So I hope you got the point here. Total vapor pressure of solution is different from total vapor pressure of distillate. Total vapor pressure of solution we got here 85 mm of Hg. 85.88 mm of Hg we are getting. That means option B is correct. But whenever we solve immediately what we think? Yes, option A is correct. But option A is P total, that is nothing but vapor pressure of solution, but not vapor pressure of distillate. Okay? Students, one more problem. Liquid A and B forms an ideal solution. The plot of 1 by XA, as we know, XA and YA are mole fractions in liquid state. XA and XB are mole fractions in liquid state. YA and YB are mole fractions in vapor state, right? So the plot of 1 by XA upon y-axis and 1 by YA upon x-axis, where XA and YA are mole fraction of A in liquid and vapor phase at equilibrium respectively. That plot is linear whose slope and intercept respectively are. Here we have to derive an expression in between 1 by XA and 1 by YA. We need to draw the plot. If so, what is the slope of that line and what is intercept? These two we need to derive. As we learn Dalton's law and Raoult's law. So, as per Dalton's law, partial pressure of A is equal to mole fraction of A into P total. Similarly, partial fraction of B is equal to mole fraction of B into P total. This one is familiar. And as per Raoult's law, PA is equal to P naught A XA, and here P naught PB is equal to P naught B XB. We know that Dalton's law and we know Raoult's law both. And from Dalton's law, I used to derive YA is equal to PA by P total. Similarly here, P total is equal to PB by YB. Here also, from this P total is equal to PA by YA. So both gives information regarding P total. So here P total is equal to PA by YA. and here P total is equal to PB by YB, then what we can say, PA by YA is equal to PB by YB. But we know PA is equal to P naught A XA and PB is equal to P naught B XB. Let us substitute that. From this, P naught A XA by YA is equal to P naught B XB by YB. We got expression P naught A XA is equal to YA is equal to P naught A XA by YA is equal to P naught B XB by YB. Now, in order to remove that XB and YB terms, I am going to write 1 minus XA and 1 minus XB. As we know, XA plus XB is equal to 1. From this, XB is equal to 1 minus XA. Similarly, YA plus YB is equal to 1. From that, YB is equal to 1 minus YA. So, whenever we are writing like this, here B terms are going to convert into A terms. Then P naught A XA by YA is equal to, here P naught B of XB. Instead of XB, we can write 1 minus XA by, and instead of YB, we can write 1 minus YA. Now, P naught A XA of 1 minus YA by YA is equal to P naught B minus P naught B XA. Now, P naught A XA by YA minus P naught A XA, here YA getting cancelled, is equal to P naught B minus P naught B XA. So, send this P naught A XA that side, P naught A XA by YA is equal to, here we are getting P naught B and this one is minus of P naught B XA plus P naught A XA. Here in both terms XA is common, then we can write P naught B minus XA if you take common, P naught A minus P naught B. Minus XA you take common here, then XA P naught A minus P naught B, minus when we consider here P naught B minus P naught A. This is P naught A XA by YA. Now, send this XA this side, P naught A by YA is equal to P naught B by XA when you bring this side, and here XA getting cancelled, minus of P naught B minus P naught A. Actually, he used to ask 1 by XA upon Y axis, 1 by YA upon X axis. That means, here we need to rewrite as P naught B by XA is equal to P naught A by YA plus P naught B minus P naught A. Now, 1 by XA versus 1 by YA, you are writing like that. 1 by XA, 1 by YA. That means 1 by XA is equal to 1 by YA of here P naught A by P naught B plus P naught B minus P naught A. Here this P naught B also comes here. That's why by P naught B. Now 1 by XA is equal to 1 by YA into P naught A by P naught B plus P naught B minus P naught A by P naught B. Y is equal to mx plus c. We got an expression. So here slope is P naught A by P naught B and intercept is P naught B minus P naught A by P naught B. Y is equal to mx plus c. slope is P naught A by P naught B, and intercept is P naught B minus P naught A by P naught B. Students, once again, what we did here, liquid A and B forms ideal solution. We need to plot 1 by XA versus 1 by YA, and for that we used to apply both Dalton's law and Raoult's law. According to Dalton's law, PA is equal to YA into P total and PB is equal to YB into P total. According to Raoult's law, PA is equal to P naught A XA and PB is equal to P naught B XB. We are going to use these expressions only, and from first expression PA is equal to YA into PT, from that PT is equal to PA by YA, and from PB is equal to YB into PT, from that PT is equal to PB by YB. So both expressions gives PT only, both are same, that's why PA by YA is equal to PB by YB. But we know that as per Raoult's law, PA is equal to P naught A XA. Similarly, PB is equal to P naught B XB. I used to write P naught A XA by YA is equal to P naught B XB by YB. But in order to remove this XB and YB terms, in order to convert into XA and YA, as we know relation XA plus XB is equal to 1, from that XB is equal to 1 minus XA, and YA plus YB is equal to 1, from that YB is equal to 1 minus YA. Here, instead of XB, I am going to substitute 1 minus XA, and instead of YB, 1 minus YA, we can substitute. Then P naught A XA by YA is equal to P naught B of 1 minus XA by 1 minus YA. When we multiply here, we got P naught A XA by YA minus P naught A XA is equal to P naught B minus P naught B XA. Here, if you used to send this P naught A XA that side, then P naught A XA by YA is equal to P naught B, here minus P naught B XA. If it comes this side plus P naught A XA, then I used to take common a minus XA. Then we are getting minus PB naught minus P naught A. Then P naught A by YA is equal to P naught B by XA minus P naught B minus P naught A. Actually, here required one, we are not going to plot 1 by YA versus 1 by XA. If it is so, this expression we can consider. But here we used to plot 1 by XA versus 1 by YA. He mentioned 1 by XA upon Y axis. That's why we used to bring this P minus P naught B minus P naught A this side. Then P naught B by XA is equal to P naught A by YA. If minus comes this side plus P naught B minus P naught A. Bring this P naught B this side. 1 by XA is equal to 1 by YA of P naught A by P naught B, and P naught B minus P naught A by P naught B. It looks like Y is equal to Mx plus C. Here slope is P naught A minus P naught A by P naught B, and intercept is P naught B minus P naught A by P naught B. This problem.